Hello everybody and welcome to another general vlog video. So today I'm going to make a video that I never thought in my life that I'd ever make. And as you can read by the title up above, it's basically how to live normal after a heart attack. So I'm going to give you a little bit of rundown on my situation and tell you what happened to me and tell you how I got through it and I'm getting through it. So first and foremost, about 5 weeks ago, I had a major heart attack and then another heart attack and found out I was diabetic all within less than a week of each other. So I'll give you a little rundown of what happened and then we'll get into what's happening now. So first I was here at home and it was during the middle of the day. I think it was on a Thursday or Friday, and my chest started hurting really bad. No doubt in my mind, well, yeah, excuse me. I guess there was a little bit of a doubt because at first I thought it was indigestion, but it hurt worse than indigestion hurts, but it felt almost the same, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So I took a Tums, took another Tums, still hurting. About 10 minutes later, I called 911. Told them I think I'm having a heart attack. They come in an ambulance, put me on the ambulance, hooked me up to all these machines, gave me a baby aspirin, and the guy that was, girl, I don't remember what it was, that was taking care of me, told the driver, hit it. He's having a heart attack. It's very fast paced in the hospital, or at least where I'm from, when you do. And they forewarned me that in the ambulance. I can remember just asking, will this ever stop hurting? Will this ever stop hurting? So I get into this little place right inside the emergency room. It is very fast paced. I mean, they're fast tracking me quick. The heart doctor come in and said, we're going to put 2 stents in, or we're going to put a stent in, or whatever he told me. They rushed me to the operating room. My request was no drugs. So they didn't. They went up through my groin area and through an artery and put in 2 stents. Somewhere after that, I do remember the pain subsided. Of course, hours had passed. They put me in a room. I was having a hard time breathing and I didn't understand why. I'm not sure if they ever told me that was kind of synonymous with a heart attack, but I don't know. I was having a hard time breathing. I had to have a fan blowing in my face, had to have oxygen on, the whole 9 yards. Well, I panicked and I basically released myself from the hospital. I just wanted to go home. So I get home. The next day, the breathing is better, a lot better. They prescribed me 4 pills, one which was a baby aspirin. Basically, it was a aspirin that was, the 81 milligram or whatever it is. It's low dose aspirin. But dummy me, and I'm going to tell you, don't do this. I got on the internet and looked up side effects of the medicines because I had never taken medicines before. The most I had ever taken was an Advil. Well, no, I take that back. I was on some antibiotics one time for an earache. But other than that, I've never taken any medicines. I read on them. And I think every one of them said, may cause shortness of breath, problems breathing, whatever. So I didn't take the medicine. Yeah, imagine that. Just had a heart attack, didn't take the medicine. I was waiting on my family doctor, which was, if I'm home now on a Saturday or Sunday, my family doctor was Thursday. I was actually getting ready for my family doctor. And basically what I was going to do is just tell my family doctor, can you find the same kind of medicines that don't have those side effects? Every medicine has side effects. And we'll get into that here in a little bit. It doesn't mean nothing, for the most part. So I'm getting ready that Thursday. I don't know. I think my appointment was at 3:30. 3 o'clock, I'm getting ready and getting everything done. Of course, family doctor is less than a mile from here. And so, I'm going to leave at about 15 till. I got 15 minutes to kill. I sat down on the couch, and all of a sudden, my chest started hurting, and I knew what it was instantly. I walked outside, had my son in law call the ambulance. And when I got on there, I went through the whole sticky thing on your chest, and boom, hit it. He's having a heart attack. So I get same thing. They tell me they're going to fast track you, blah 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 blah. We go in. This time it's a different heart doctor, and he asks, have you been taking your medicine and everything? I said no. He's like, well, that's why you're having a heart attack. Great. So I kind of caused the second heart attack. Now on the first heart attack, they asked me then, did you know you're a diabetic? And I said no. He said, well, that's what's caused your heart attack. So, but we're going to leave the diabetic part out. I'm just going to tell you, okay, so fast track, we're up to second heart attack. They put me in a coma to get me past the hard breathing part, I guess. I'm not really sure. Let's see. I was in there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I was in there 6 days. It wasn't enjoyable, or it wasn't joyful. I didn't enjoy it, however you want to say it. But I got through it. I come home, a little bit of problems breathing, not near as bad as the first time. It comes with the territory of having a heart attack. Your lungs aren't able to get, they're not working because they're working, but they're not working as they normally should because your heart's not working as it normally should. Now I can tell you, I don't know my exact numbers, but when I left the hospital the second time, my heart was working 30% or less. I heard 15% at one time. So anyways, I'm home, and this is where the fun begins. Not. So, how do you live after having a heart attack? Well, I can tell you what. Everything will scare the absolute, excuse my adult language, but will scare the absolute shit out of you. If you get heartburn, it's going to scare you. If you get a heart palpitation or whatever they're called, it's going to scare you. If you get indigestion, it's going to scare you. If you get gas buildup, it's going to scare you. Everything is going to scare you to death. For me, I assume it's fairly normal. I found out that if I drank a lot of water, I would have weird feelings, and almost like indigestion, I guess. I'm not really sure. If I drank anything carbonated, of course, the gas would build up. The gas comes up to here, and it's like, oh God, I'm having a heart attack. It didn't hurt that bad, but it scared me. So yes, I did end up going to the hospital one time after that, called an ambulance. He said, no, you're not having a heart attack, but I see readings I don't like. So they took me in, asked me what was wrong. Honestly, when the doctor bent over to say something to me, I belched. Of course, I looked away from him, and instantly the pain went away. And I'm like, oh my God, how embarrassing. So I went through all that. So the biggest thing was the depression. Just scared to death and wondering, am I going to survive this? And in my case, if you're anything like mine, having 2 stents put in, I actually have 4 stents put in because I had to take the first 2 out because they had already clogged up because I didn't take the medicine. And then they put another one in, and one of them had to be 33% larger. So I'm very depressed. I'm moving from my bed 12 hours a day to my living room for 12 hours a day on the couch. Yes, I was getting up, going to the bathroom, stuff of that nature. And for the most part, I was here by myself. Um, Even going to the bathroom, and I'm trying to figure it out, it's probably 30 foot going to the bathroom. I would run out of breath. And sometimes I'd even have to sit down on my bed. That's just the first couple of days. It'll be okay. It'll get better. Gradually, every day, it'll get better. Now, my mindset, I couldn't think of anything else. I couldn't, if I talked to anybody else. My God, my dad would come over and that's all that I would talk about. I was scared to death. Every day it got better. And it took me about 3 weeks to where I was up and active. And that's the best thing that you can do. Talk to your doctor, talk to your heart doctor, talk to your family doctor, talk to whoever you got to find out when can I start exercising and be more active. That is the key. It really is. And most generally, I think it's about 2 weeks. And, of course, I'm calling my doctor almost every day. I'm having a weird feeling or I'm this. I'm sure I was bugging them to death. And then when I went to my first cardiology appointment, I asked the nurse, I said, when will this ever go, will I get my strength back and, all that good stuff? When will this all go away? And she said, it will be like a light switch. She said, usually about 2 to 3 weeks. And I thought, they probably tell everybody that to give them hope. And she was absolutely right. Absolutely 100% right. Sorry if you hear that noise. That is my phone. So she was absolutely right. They released me, said I could start driving, said I could start walking, with a lot of recommendations and stuff. So the very next day, I started walking. This was probably 2 to 3 weeks after my heart attack. Probably 2.5 weeks. I started walking, not very far. 300 or 400 foot. I just walked from here down to the road and back, down to boat storage and back, here to the lake and back, close. And then about the third day, I thought, well, let's try to walk a little bit farther. By the third day, I was walking a whole block. Was I out of breath when I got home? No. Maybe a little, but not bad. Was I wore out? Yeah. About the first week of being active, you're going to get wore out. Even today, I'm 5 to 6 weeks after having a heart attack. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but I'm like wet sanding a mandolin, and I've been working on a 3-wheeler. I've been working on a golf cart. I've been getting back to what I normally do. And I put in about 4 hours today. Not hard work, but just steady work, just tinkering here and there. And, I was tired. My body said, hey, let's take a break. I come in for a little while, and then I went back out and worked for a little while. But the biggest thing is it was like that light switch. And I got to do it, hey, what's good without effects? Click that light switch. It was like somebody clicked the light switch and my mind released. I don't want to say nothing bothered me anymore if I had a feeling or heartburn or, gas or, anything. But I didn't worry about it and I didn't think about it 24 hours a day. I was able actually to sleep. I was able to think of other things like working on this mandolin or working on a 3-wheeler or, excuse me, working on a golf cart or just, whatever the thing may be. Try to get your mind off of it. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of advice. First, we'll talk about things that I think you should avoid. And then we'll talk about the diet, because yes, a diet does come along with heart attacks. Uh, and of course, my diet was even worse because it also come along with diabetes, but that's for a different video. So let me pause this for just 1 second. I have to pee. Sorry, I've been drinking water. And I'll come right back. It'll only be half a second. Okay. So the first things that I'm going to tell you to avoid is carbonation. If you're like me and you get gas buildup, I guess, where you belch a lot, take a big drink of Pepsi or whatever, which first thing that you should do is avoid caffeine, at least for a little while. Now, I don't know how long, but they told me I could have a little bit, but not a whole lot right now. And I don't know if that's forever or just right now. So if you drink coffee and you're a coffee drinker, man, just go to caffeine free. It does not taste any different. Treat your body correctly and at least follow the rules for a while until they tell you can start drinking regular coffee. If you drink pop, buy caffeine free pop. Caffeine free Pepsi tastes the same as Pepsi to me. Now, I'm not going to lie and say diet tastes the same or anything like that, but caffeine free tastes the same. Sprite has no caffeine in it. A&W root beer has no caffeine in it. 7-Up has no caffeine in it. There's a lot of non-caffeine pop out there that you can drink. So stay away from the caffeine. Really stay away from the carbonation, because my carbonation is my problem. When it hits me about right here. So, okay, that's a couple things to avoid. In my case, drinking a lot of water. I don't know if I'm introducing air into my system when I'm drinking water. And see, just now, I belched, excuse me. It seems to be maybe something that has always been, but I'm noticing it now more since I've had the heart attacks. But now that I know what it is, it doesn't scare me. It bothers me sometimes, but it doesn't scare me. So that's the best thing that I can tell you to avoid. If you're a smoker, you've been told all your life to quit. You know it's bad for you. You know it's unhealthy. You know it can cause cancer. It is not good for heart patients. Read up on it, and you'll find out that the tar and nicotine can get in your system just like cholesterol can clog up arteries. Cigarettes can do it too. So, hey, not saying quit, because I don't know if you can or not. But if you can't quit and at least try. But if you can't quit, at least knock them down. Say you're smoking 2 packs a day, cut it in half. I mean, come on, it's for your health. And then have an outgoing plan. Have a way out. Know that, okay, for the first month, I can't quit, but I'm going to go from 2 packs to 1 pack. And I know that the month after that, I need to go from 1 pack to a half a pack. And I know that the month after that, I need to go from a half a pack down to half of a half a pack, a quarter of a pack. And then have a way out. Know that you need to quit. It's for your health. You don't want to have another heart attack. I guarantee you don't. So, next thing is diet. And I don't remember my exact numbers, but I think what they worried about with me was sodium, which is salt, and 2 different kind of fats, saturated fats and trans fats. So, a lot of things don't have trans fat in it, but you got to watch out for your saturated fat. I think it was like 50 some grams or 50 some milligrams or something a day on that, and 2,000 or less sodium. Now you really got to watch, because everything you eat and most that you drink has sodium in it. Look at your pop. Look at how much sodium's in there. But you can have good meals. And I don't mean, please, by no means, don't listen to me over your doctor. But they never really gave me a diet. So I kind of did it on my own. And let me tell you what some of my average meals are. Yesterday, I had 4 chicken strips that are pretty good size, and they are breaded. And I had a mixture of regular French fries, crinkle cut, and some kind of like an Arby's seasoned fry. Actually, I think it was a Rally's seasoned fry. Now, if you look at the sodium on that, and you look at the saturated fats, you're well underneath your numbers. So, but that is only just one meal. And I use the dipping sauce. I use ranch, which they make ranch light, and it does taste the same. I use Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, and I use ketchup for my French fries. Now, I don't salt anything. That is very hard for me. Tonight was probably one of the worst times, which we'll get to. This is going to be a long video, so you might want to pause it real quick and go get some popcorn and a water and kick back and just, I'm not going to make this a short video because I want to get this out. Okay, so if you start figuring out what you're going to have for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a snack, you pretty much know yourself better than anybody in the world. Figure out what that is. Fast food, knock it out. Now, every doctor and every nurse that I've talked to said, sure, you can cheat, even once a week. If you want McDonald's, go get it. But you can't eat like that every day. And on other days, you really need to watch your saturated fats, your trans fats, and your sodium. So if you're going to have McDonald's, try to make up for that on your breakfast and your lunch. Try to lay really low on saturated and trans fats. I've not cheated. Now, I have gone to Subway and got a turkey sub, which the bread and the turkey has a little bit of everything in it, but not really, really, really bad. It's actually not too bad at all. And then you can have as much vegetables and stuff as you want. Hold on just one second. I have to keep checking, make sure it ain't one of my boys texting me. All right, so it's really not that bad. I don't eat fish, and I don't much care for chicken, but I can do breaded chicken tenders. So there's got to be a happy medium there somewhere, right? Now, I haven't cheated, like going out to McDonald's or nothing. But Easter, I did cheat. I had ham, which ham is high in sodium. And it might have a lot of saturated fats in it. But, if you do it every once in a while, once a week, once a month, if you want a pizza, order you a pizza. But only do it once a month. I mean, don't do it every day. Don't do it every week, I wouldn't think. I don't know. You'd have to figure out the nutrition facts on all that. But it's not that bad. And even, like I said, I'm not going to bleed over into the diabetic part, but even the diet for a diabetic isn't that bad. I can tell you tonight, I want a beef stew. I want a can of beef stew. But I always eat crackers in my beef stew. Well, I bought no salt crackers, and I put it in my beef stew. It wasn't the greatest in the world. I think I would have rather ate it without crackers, and that's probably what I'll do from here on out. But Lay's makes a 50% less salt chip. That's what I've been eating, and I can't tell them from regular chips. Matter of fact, sometimes they even seem too salty to me. And that's something else that you'll find out, that when you get off all the sugars, which you don't have to if you're not a diabetic, and you get off all the salts, when you do get a little bit of it, it might be a little overpowering. So, let me tell you what I found out, because I've been a salt person. I fill up my salt shakers at least once a month. I go through a lot of salt, but now I don't. I found Miss Dash makes like garlic and herb is a real good sprinkle. Put them on your French fries, put them on your steak, put them on, and you got to watch your steak. Cut all that fat and stuff off of it. Not saying that you can't have it, but have it in moderation. And when you do, cut all the fat off of it. Pork chops, the same way. Get rid of that fat. Because that fat is what gets in your arteries and clogs your arteries, causes you to have a heart attack, and you have to have stents put in. And if you've already had it, you already know all this. I'm sure you've done a ton of research. But my biggest thing here that I want you to walk away with right now is knowing if you just had a heart attack and you're going through, am I going to recover? I'm scared, all of that. That is a form of depression. If you can't handle it yourself, seek help. Well, now my Google is talking to me. I don't know, I must have said a keyword. But anyways, if you can't handle it yourself, get help. But I can tell you from myself personally, it will get better. Every day you're gaining a little more strength. Every day things are going to the past. And that's what it takes. For me, the key time was about 3 weeks. Maybe 4. It might have been a whole month. And life's going to suck. I promise you it's going to suck. You're going to be scared to death. I hope you've got a good support team, because I do. I've got 2 kids. Well, I've got 4 kids. But 2 that live with me. Even though there's not, they don't know what I'm going through. They don't really have any advice for me. Really, all they got to do is listen. Gives me somebody to talk to. Now, I'm sure I drove them crazy. Whew. But it's not that way now. I don't talk to him about it because nothing's bothering me. I feel absolutely great. And it's only been 5, maybe 6. I'd have to sit down and look at the calendar. But I think it's only been about 5 weeks. And it just was like that light switch. I'm not going to reach over there and click that light switch again, but it's right there. Click, click. Click, 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 click. It was like a light switch. It really was. My mind broke loose. I kind of felt like, I don't know how to explain it. It was like I had a fog over me. I couldn't focus. I don't know how to explain it. But just like that light switch, it went away. And now I'm good. I'm on the road to recovery. I don't have any major issues right now. Can't do everything that I used to do yet, but I will. And you will too. And like I said, I know there's different severities of heart attacks and stuff of that nature. Lord have mercy, there's open heart surgeries. There's, a lot of different things. But I had 2 heart attacks. One was major. They never told me what the other one was. Maybe they were both major. I don't know. Because they both felt the same. And then I also found out I was diabetic. All within just a couple days of each other. And I'm on the road to recovery. I'm pretty much 80% back. I can do anything that I did before, with the exceptions of I've not done any physical labors of getting out here and digging ditches or nothing like that. I probably couldn't do that yet. But as far as getting on with my normal life, yeah, I can get on with my normal life. Might have to take a few more breaks than I used to, but hey, taking breaks is a good thing, right? So my biggest thing is the fear, the anger. Yeah, there'll be anger. You'll be mad at yourself. You'll be mad at other people. All that will go away. I know you're sitting there thinking, I just got out of the hospital 3 days ago and I can't focus. My head's all foggy. I'm scared to death. I can't stop thinking of it. All that will go away. You just got to work through it. Time, I think. Now, like I said, once you start exercising, and the only thing I'm doing really is being active and walking. That's my exercise. Now, yes, I've lost over 50 pounds. A lot of that was due to, I think, like the depression part of it. I didn't want to eat. I was scared to eat. God, what am I going to eat that's going to clog my arteries? What am I going to eat that's going to make my chest hurt? All of that will go away. It will. All right. So, anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up because we are almost 31 minutes into this video. Trying to think, is there anything else I need to tell you other than you'll get better? And like I said, it'll probably be like a light switch and boom, you'll be better. And I think that's it. If you need somebody to talk to, down in the bottom, hit show more. And my email is down there. Shoot me an email. I'll help you all I can. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. So with all that being said, I hope you guys have a great day, and even better tomorrow, and an awesome day. Hope you have, I think I said that wrong. Let's see. With that being said, I hope you guys have a great day, and even better tomorrow, and an awesome night. And we'll see you on the next video or the next live stream. And please, please, please be safe, and you will get better. Just watch. See you on the next one.